Here we go again. Ryan Clark has literally lost his mind in activism.
It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned. And I believe Shedeur Sanders is going to have to deal with that until he gets on the field.
This video is brought to you by Patriot Supply, brought to you by Patriot Supply. You've seen it before when disaster strikes. Grocery store shelves go completely empty overnight. The worst time to prepare is during an aftermath. And by then, it's already too late. Wise Americans like you and I, we trust that Patriot Supply will help us prepare before a crisis comes. And right now, they're making it easier than ever. Order their 4-week emergency food supply today and get 4 72-hour food kits completely free. That's almost 2 weeks of bonus meals at no cost. Each of these kits offer over 2,000 calories per day of delicious, easy to prepare meals that last up to 25 years. Trust me, I've tried them and they're delicious. That's real peace of mind, not last minute panic. No empty shelves, just knowing that you're covered. Stock up today before this deal disappears. Because when an emergency hit, food will be the first thing to go. Go to preparewithtatum.com to claim your kit plus an extra 12 days of food free. Go to preparewithtatum.com. Here we go again. I don't understand. Is it the money? Is it the fame? Is it the television? Ryan Clark has literally lost his mind in activism, in my personal opinion. If I saw Ryan Clark to his face and he asked me, what do you think about, but you're an activist, a fake activist at that. When I say fake, meaning that what you're saying means it actually have no substance. So the reason that I'm making this video is because he came out and made it a big deal about the fact that Shedeur Sanders has been deemed to be arrogant and all these other things that we all know he is. When you playing in a football game and you flash a Rolex, that's arrogance. Well, you got a gold chain that probably costs a couple $100,000 while you playing in the game, throwing interceptions. You have no pocket presence, throwing the ball up like Brett Favre in his final years. Then people are going to criticize you. It's not because you black. At what point are we going to stop acting like black people don't have an unfair advantage in the NFL? Little white guy running 4.3 at the combine. People are like, oh, wow, oh, my God. This guy could play football. The safety for the Eagles coming up and making form tackles, got an interception in the Super Bowl game. Wow. They're shocked because he's white. Well, there's a lot of good white players, but they get overlooked because it's not so prevalent that a white player have skill sets. Shedeur is, I don't know about him. Don't tell me about Shedeur. Shedeur ain't going to, he get 5th round at the best. But Shedeur Sanders, even think about it, one of the greatest quarterbacks that people kiss his butt every day, Patrick Mahomes, he's black. Jalen Hurts just won the Super Bowl. He's black. There's a whole bunch of incredible black quarterbacks that have played. I don't know why we come to this. I'm going to play this clip in 1 second. I don't know how we get to this point. You have to be incredibly disingenuous to think that it's legitimized racism that black quarterbacks are black quarterbacks or black athletes who play quarterback are not quarterbacks because of the color of their skin. I don't know an owner that wouldn't say, hey, I want to win a Super Bowl. Because he's black, I don't want to win a Super Bowl. And we're not going to put him at quarterback because we don't really want to win. We're going to put this sorry white dude in there because it looks better for us. Ryan Clark should be able to talk to this. It's not about color. It's about character. You're a franchise player. They think that Shedeur Sanders is going to go number 1. You have to be a franchise player. That means you have to have good character. You have to have, good athleticism. You have to be the type of person that they can ride their brand with you leading it. Not a person who's arrogant, who doing this, cussing on the sideline, throwing the N-word out there to people, and then ain't that good. Roll the clip.
Know that they plant these certain reports or they say these certain things, and you do hear the word arrogant. Why is he arrogant? because he won't walk into the meeting and bend the knee, or he won't sit in the meeting and question himself or his abilities or his knowledge and experience in the game. I don't believe that that's arrogance. I want a quarterback that's self-assured. I want a quarterback that could cut the film on, and when you ask him a question about why did you make this mistake, or why did you make this throw, or why was this the right read, I want him to be able to regurgitate that to me like he's in the play at the moment, the same way a coach or an offense coordinator would, because that's what he's going to have to do. And I've had conversations with Shedeur Sanders, and he can do that. We all know that it's not just about him being Deion Sanders' son. It's about the bravado he carries. It's about the fact that he looks a certain way. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned. And I believe Shedeur Sanders is going to have to deal with that until he gets on the field. Now,
he already on the field in college. Don't y'all find it funny that they're not saying this about Travis Hunter? Think about it. They're on the same team. Deion Sanders is coaching both of these boys. To be honest, I bet Deion Sanders wished that Hunt was his son. Because then that'd be a legacy of Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders' boys are not as good at football as he was. Can we just be honest? Shiloh Sanders is probably not going to get drafted. Maybe he will because he's Deion Sanders' son. But he didn't even get invited to the combine, right? He started. He got college film from when he was at Jackson State. He got college film in Colorado. This kid has been starting for like 4 years in college football and did not go to the combine. And he's Deion Sanders' son. That tells you that his skill sets are not good at all in comparison to the people that are out there on the market right now. He's probably not going to run a great 40. He's probably going to do the bench like 10 times. He's not strong. I'm looking at him. He's not a good safety. He's not a good defensive back. I don't even think he's good. I think he's not good. I think he's poor. He's like, if you gave a grade of Shedeur Sanders' athleticism and his ability to play safety, it's not that good. And I played safety in college. I know when I see a good safety. Backpedaling is not that good. Breaking on the ball is not that good. His hands aren't great. His speed isn't elite. He's not that big. And he runs into people. He don't hit them. He runs into them. Hitting people is when you hit them and they get hurt. Running into them is when they ain't looking and you ram into them. And now you fall, they fall, and then you get up like bro, you took the brunt of that. You should have seen him in that game that they played against Kansas State. If you go back and look at the Kansas State highlights last year when they played Kansas State, Shiloh Sanders was just getting worked. It was the most embarrassing performance of safety I've ever seen in my life. Now let's go back to Shedeur because that's the topic of discussion. Shedeur Sanders' pocket presence is insanely terrible. I watch football. I watch these other people. He can't see somebody blitzing from the corner to save his life. He can't see it. And they say, oh, the offensive line is terrible. The offensive line is terrible. And yeah, they don't seem like they're that good, but like he doesn't help them. He sits in a pocket. He don't move. He don't anticipate nothing in the pocket. I'm watching the game, and I'm watching him go, and they sack him. And he's like, bro, Fergo, get rid of the ball. He beat your guy on the snap, and you ain't moved nowhere. He beat your guy. You can't feel him coming and they beat your guy. You go move around, and then he run like he got 2 flat tires. Shedeur Sanders is probably going to run a 4.8 in a 40. He's not going to run a good 40 whatsoever. And if he was like Deion, he could run a 4.2 in a 40 and he was a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen, he would be the #1 pick. But he can't run. He doesn't make great decisions, and he's arrogant as F. You would think that Shedeur Sanders was one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. Let me just give you an example. Shedeur's level of arrogance is the same as the quarterback from Texas A&M. I forget his name. God dang it, what's his name? He was a freshman and won the Heisman Trophy. Johnny Manziel. His arrogance is very similar to Johnny Manziel. But the difference is Johnny Manziel was an absolute baller on the field. So therefore, when the coaches evaluated Johnny Manziel, they go, okay, he got a lot of baggage, but the kid can play some football. Let me give you another example. Now, Jameis Winston haven't had a great NFL career, but Jameis Winston won the Heisman Trophy and the national championship as a freshman at Florida State. Jameis Winston, the reason why he was so successful because he was coachable. He wasn't arrogant and all that, although he had every reason to be arrogant. To win the Heisman as a freshman in college and the national championship, that nobody can tell you nothing. Look at the quarterbacks that have come out that have been successful. They're all humble. They're all professional. They had a good upbringing. Even Deion Sanders said this. He wanted his offensive linemen in them to come from a 2-parent home. Why? Because a lot of times in 2-parent homes, kids are raised a little better. They're better coached, all of the above.
Different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent. We want that kid to be 3, 5 and up because he got to be smart. Not bad decisions off the field at all because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for. Physical, offensive lineman. Defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight.
So yeah, Ryan Clark, that's just all I had to say about Ryan Clark. I mean, it's annoying that black people have a platform, make millions of dollars to be on TV and still pushing racism. There is no racism at the quarterback position in the NFL. If you're good enough to play, you will be able to play. These kids are killing it in college. These kids are winning the Heisman Trophy. These kids are getting drafted number 1, number 2, number 3 overall at quarterback. I mean, the biggest bust in probably United States history in the NFL was Jamarcus Russell. He was ranked number 1. He was a number 1 pick at quarterback. Found out he wasn't even watching film. They gave him blank tapes and he telling me watching film. But the black man is not. To be honest, if you run a 4.2 in a 40, more than likely you're wasting your talent at quarterback. Quarterback position is not meant to be a running position. All these running quarterbacks, their careers don't last that long because they've taken beatings. Name me one. Patrick Mahomes isn't a running quarterback. Jalen Hurts isn't necessarily a running quarterback. They'll take off running if they have to get some space and get a first down, but they're not running the ball like Cam Newton. They're not running. They necessarily have design run plays where they're running over safeties. They'll run the ball and take a slide. 4th and 1, they'll get a quarterback the ball to push over the pile. They're not running the ball like Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is great. I don't know if his career is going to be that long. You get to spinning and twisting and somebody pop you one good time, you out of there. That's why Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. Tom Brady wasn't a running quarterback. Peyton Manning wasn't a great. I don't think Peyton Manning probably ran 1 touchdown his whole career, and it was a trick play. I mean, go down the list. Look at the league. The MVP of the league. He can run, too. He can run, though. I'm not going to lie. Josh Allen can run. But he's not – I don't think he's a designated running quarterback. And none of these other guys are. So it's not about the color. It's about can a coach trust that you can be a franchise player? Can you lead a team to victory? Are you going to be an off-the-field issue? Can you actually compete in the NFL? And I'm going to make this prediction because this video has been going long. I'm going to make this prediction. Shedeur Sanders will not have a good NFL career. I just know unless something turn around for him. I cannot imagine Shedeur Sanders playing in the NFL when these guys are running 4.5s around the corner, defensive ends are coming in and just mashing people that he can endure on a good team. Because you got to think about this. When you get drafted number 1, you're not getting drafted to a good team. You're getting drafted to the worst team in the NFL. And Shedeur Sanders complaining about the offensive line in college, in the NFL as the first pick, he has no chance. All right, love you guys. Tell me what you think. I'm out.